Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's still morning. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for our second Meet the Press for today, August 19th. Today we are joined by Kemtek, Conserve, Mount Pleasant, and of course, the PFJL. We want to thank the members of the media who have stayed with us for the second press conference live here at the Jamaica Football Federation. And of course, for those of you joining us online, we want to say thank you. And as usual, we will give the members of the media that are on Zoom the opportunity to ask any questions if they have any. To the members of the head table, special welcome to our director of the PFJL, Mr. Chad Cunningham, who is also the deputy chairman of the marketing committee. Our sponsors, Kirk Hickling, representing Kemtek. He's the IT manager at Kemtek. Sponsor Claudia Russell, Placencia. Did I pronounce that? Okay, I did. The general manager for Conserve. And of course, from the club, Mr. Wally Downs, the technical director of Mount Pleasant Football Club, and the team captain. Welcome and thank you for being here. We will proceed the press conference in the order outlined. Of course, this is a very special press conference because Mount Pleasant is a very special team. And unlike the other clubs, they don't have one, but they have two sponsors. So today we're going to hear from two of the Jamaica Premier League sponsors, and the press conference will flow accordingly. Just as a matter of protocol, we're reminding you that there are no more than 30 persons joining us in the room. All persons seated are wearing their masks, as are the members of our head table. Masks will stay on if you so choose. If not, our speakers, while they're speaking at the podium, are allowed to remove their masks. All right, to reduce the number of times that I will be back at the podium, we will outline the running order for you, and the speakers will appear as noted. The welcome message will be done by Mr. Chad Cunningham, followed by sponsors' remark from Kirk Hickling of Kemtek, then followed by a sponsor's remark from our second sponsor, Claudia Russell, Placencia. That will be followed by the club's response by Mr. Wally Downs, the technical director, and of course the vote of thanks will be done by the team captain. That will be followed by questions and answers, and of course the members of the media in the room, as well as those joining us online, will be allowed to ask questions. Thank you.
Morning, everybody. Let's try that again. Morning, everybody. Good morning. Or is it still morning? Yes, it's still morning. You're feeling hungry for lunch now. All right, so I'd like to welcome everybody here, members from Kemtek and from Conserve, and obviously the Mount Pleasant family, and certainly the media. You're why we're here today. So let's get started. Mount Pleasant, for us as a league, has been a breath of fresh air into the league. From the very beginning, they had a large following from all of St. Ann, and when you went to those games, you could feel the passion and the energy that was in those grounds. And so we've always felt like this was a great addition to the league, as opposed to other teams where you don't quite see that amount of following and that amount of passion. So we're happy to have a St. Ann team that is not only a active contributor to the fan base, but also in terms of the quality of football. I think they've been one of the top teams from the very beginning. So that's been excellent for us. I think Kemtek and Conserve probably saw that and realized that that was probably something that they would like to be a part of. And that kind of reflects what we see in general with the league, which is that local football does have a passionate following, and it is an important part of the fabric of Jamaica. And for you as a company and as a brand, the league itself and the teams that are involved in it reach the length and breadth of Jamaica and from Jamaicans from all walks of life. And so it's very important or very beneficial for brands to associate themselves with the league, and we're happy for that. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet. And so, welcome Kemtek, welcome Conserve. We're happy to have you, and we look forward to a long and fruitful relationship with the league, and certainly with Mount Pleasant, because it's a club we're happy to have in the league. Thank you.
I hope I can get a better good morning. Morning all.
Morning.
Oh, I did better than you, right? Okay. We're pleased to be here. Welcome all. I think the first speaker went through the pieces of all the persons that are here and acknowledge them. So Kemtek again is pleased to be involved in Jamaica's football development as this year's sponsors of the Jamaica Premier League and club sponsor for the #1 club, Mount Pleasant. Can I get a hooray for that? Mount Pleasant? Right. Okay. Despite the league format being the first of its kind, which we know what is happening around us now, we are still able to get the value from this opportunity. As we get to see, we are here or there in the beginning, and we are extremely pleased about this. As club sponsor, Kemtek also gets the benefit of creating a relationship with the club where all the staff can associate themselves with a team as their own and sharing a common goal, pun intended, which is to see Mount Pleasant progress in the Jamaica Premier League. Kemtek and Mount Pleasant shares common geographical spaces in the parish of St. Ann. Their home crowd is also our home crowd, and this relationship solidifies a great cohesiveness between us. We are very pleased to be part of the association, and we pledge to contribute or continue support for the football in Jamaica. As for incentivizing, we have not really forgotten about that. We will be doing some incentivization between us and the management team of Mount Pleasant Football Club. So you will hear more on this. The players, which are one of the main stakeholders for this to be successful, and we can see where they have been evolving over time and getting better and better at it. So we're on board fully, and we commit ourselves to the best local football club, right? All right. Thanks, everyone.
Well, I think it's afternoon now, so I will say good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Claudia Russell Plasencia, and I'm the general manager for Conserve Limited. And it's my pleasure to be here this afternoon with two of my staff. They're the marketing representatives. I have Antoinette Walker and Seda Denisser with me. A little bit about Conserve. Now, Conserve Limited was formed in 2003 by our CEO, Milton Miller. We're a renewable energy company, and I think we have the market share of the industry. We're island-wide. We're well-known right across the island. Kemtek can attest to that. We've had a long-standing relationship with Kemtek Development. We are so very proud to be part of sponsoring the Mount Pleasant team again. We've had a history of that, and we are just pleased and honored that we have this opportunity again, because we are football lovers at Conserve, and we believe that as good corporate citizens, we need to encourage our youth. We strongly believe in youth empowerment, and this is one of the ways that we can support that. We know that when we develop our youth, who will be future leaders, that our country will benefit. The youth are also very strong role models for the communities that they come from. And so we believe that it's important for us as good corporate citizens to invest in their development. We have, over the years that we've sponsored, we have seen the development and the growth in some of the members, and we are excited to see them progress and see how they will perform. We have in the past also provided incentives both to the team as a whole and team members, and we would look at opportunities in the future to continue doing that. A little bit about the pandemic that has really been a big down for me. I really enjoyed attending the games at Drax Hall because I lived not too far away from there. And I had the opportunity to have a seasons pass, and I would attend the games, and it was so wonderful to see the support that came from the parish of St. Anne. The place was packed. There was lots of spirit, music. Everybody came out to support the team, and I really miss that. However, given what's happening with the pandemic, we must adhere to the rules and follow the rules that have been put in place. So I look forward to and watch our players excel, because I think they're really excellent players. I also want to take this opportunity to make a major announcement. You know, we have invested, and this is another example of the investment and commitment that we have to Mount Pleasant. So within the next 30 days, Conserve Limited is going to install a solar power system for the player house to 50%. So we're not just talking about it to action. We believe that by saving Mount Pleasant this money, they can use that money to reinvest in the youth and further develop them. So we're really excited about the opportunity that we've been afforded to do this, and we wish our team well. So congratulations, keep going, and we'll be there to support you. Thank you, everyone.
Answering questions now? No, you're going to make a comment on behalf of the monthly. Hi everybody, it's a great pleasure to be up here representing Mount Pleasant today. It's my first sort of press conference where I'm representing the club as opposed to just replying on behalf of the team and how we've performed in the game. I haven't experienced the Drax Hall mentality and the fans being in there, and that's one of the things that I'm really looking forward to with the club. It's very difficult playing not in front of fans at the moment, but the JFF and the new JPFL have done a fantastic job giving football back to the fans via TV and allowing the players to have the facility to use. And it's been a really good effort by everybody to get it up and running again. I think the level of
professionalism that's been shown by the players and the staff at the clubs has been terrific in the fact that we haven't had any breaking of the protocols, and everything has gone very smoothly that way. And thank you to the league for having the protocols at the grounds every time we go to play there. That's been terrific as well. This is my first season with Mount Pleasant, and it's been an amazing journey for us for the year that I've been here, because we could only train and have no games last year, but to join the players every day and see their enthusiasm, but also to see the enthusiasm for having a team in St Anne, which hasn't been the case for the previous 4 years, I believe. Everywhere you go in St Anne, people are wishing me well and wishing the team well. And as I said before, I can't wait to see a full stadium back at Draxall when the fans are finally allowed back in. Secondly, I'd really appreciate the work that the two main sponsors have done for us. There's always so much behind the scenes at a football club that needs to be done, be it recovery drinks and weight sessions for players. That all this money has to be found, and the sponsorship for the kit, all these little things that come together with bringing a football team to a game on a Saturday or a game on a Sunday. The clubs need to dig deep. We have a wealthy owner, which is fine, but without the sponsorship of Kemtek and Conserve, we would find things very difficult as well. So everything that we do behind the scenes, there's an awful lot of help from our two main sponsors, and I'd like to thank both Kemtek and Conservative for that, please. Thank you. From a personal point of view, I'd just like to say that I think the standard of football has been really good this year, played on the plastic surfaces. I know we don't have the best of surfaces at other times, but I think as the season has gone on, you can see that the teams have come together now. Initially, the games were a little bit slow, but because we've been away from football for 15 months, but now the teams are getting into their flow, and the games are very competitive and are very good to watch. And I think the product that's going around the Caribbean now and is streamed live around the world is showing how Jamaican football is progressing through the pandemic. And I think it's a credit to all the players and the staff at all the clubs that they've been able to keep the standards high over the time that we've been off. From our personal point of view, I'd say that Mount Pleasant, we have been consistent throughout the season. We've sort of maintained the same level of performance. At the moment, we're in fourth position, just off the top of the league. But there are teams that started well and have faded away, and teams that started badly that are now having a good period. So, the league is fluctuating, but I like to think that we've maintained a level of consistency where if we just get, a few more goals added to us, then we will have a very strong finish to the season. So all the Mount Pleasant fans that are out there, just stick with us. 3 more games to go in the league. We'll start scoring. Then we go into the playoff situation with the rest of the clubs, and I'm sure that'll be exciting for the TV and the rest of the Jamaican nation who follow football in the next month. So thanks again for having me here, and I hope the rest of the meeting goes well today. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ladale Ritchie, team captain of Mount Pleasant. I want to say thank everybody for having me here. I want to thank our main sponsors, Kemtek and Conservative, for always being here supporting us. And I also want to say a big thank you to all the supporters on behalf of Mount Pleasant.
Thank you, Ladell. That was very well executed and very much last minute. We put him on the spot, but we like that our players are stepping up to. While we're still saying thank yous, we want to say a super thank you to Conserve It. I've just been told by Claudia that the investment that they're making at Mount Pleasant is valued at $3.5 million. That's amazing. So that's one of the things, we definitely have to acknowledge from the sponsors. They've not just, simply sponsored the league and made football possible, which we know provides jobs and opportunities not just for the players, but for so many persons and services, the communities. But they've gone above and beyond by investing in the communities. So here it is. We have another sponsor that is making a huge investment to the club. And of course, that sounds like a long-term partnership that is to come. And we know that Kemtek also does a lot. I believe that they've worked on projects with the clubs in terms of building and development. So we have two sponsors in Conserve It and Kemtek that are not just sponsors of the league, but they're heavily invested in the communities for the club that they have partnered with. So thank you both, and absolutely thank you for being here. We are now at the question and answer section, and the media page has been buzzing. So we've asked the media to send us their questions so we can get things moving along a little quicker. And the questions are being posed to the members of the head table. And so, Calvin, can you read us our first question?
Yes. First question is from Daniel Wheeler from the Gleaner Sports. And it's two questions actually for Walter Downs. And the question goes, first one, how involved are you as technical director in the process of securing a new head coach for the next season? And are there any updates on whether there is a short list of candidates?
I'll be very involved in the appointment, and we'll be doing, I will be conducting certainly interviews, and also we will be having practical sessions on the training field to make sure that the coach has got good coaching qualifications, and also that he's capable of making decisions during the game and where he wants Mount Pleasant to go in the future. The next appointment is going to be a very important one, because we have a transitional period now where we have players coming through from the academy. The academy's been going for 4 years now, same as the team, but this is the first year we've had the players of an age where they can compete with the first team. So the new head coach would need to be proficient, and his coaches need to be proficient with the nurturing of young players coming into the first team from the quality setup that we have at the school. But he must also be able to drive the first team forward in looking to winning the league and taking the club through into CONCACAF competitions and making us a dominant force in Jamaican football. Every team is looking to be successful. We're no different. But the link between our academy and our first team is very important for us as a unit. So, yes, we're drawing up a short list as we speak, and the next step will be interviewing, and as I said, having the candidates in to show what they can do on the training field, as well as going through a process where we'll discuss their problem solving and how they see their vision for the club going forward as well. So all of that at the moment is ongoing, but there are no names that we're going to put out at all. I'm sure you can understand the reasons for that.
All right, thanks very much. And the second question for you: with 3 games to go in the regular season, how important is it for your team to maintain composure after last week's game, especially considering how close it was some of the teams are?
Yes, as I said just in my speech there, the league is very tight now, and I got the feeling it would be like this with just the one game and a short season. Some teams started off well, some teams started badly. But as I said, we've had a consistency in our play that we could have done better with more goals. But the general style that we excuse me, the general style of play that we have, the players have taken on board. We've been very good defensively. We've been able to bring young kids in and blood them. We are in a position now where we can push on in the final 3 games, certainly maintain the position that we're in, but hopefully drive up the league as well. But our first priority at the start of the season was to finish in the top 6. When you're in the top 6, then you look to progress and you're looking at the top 2. So at the moment, we've achieved our initial challenge of being in the top 6, and now we're pushing to be in the top 2. So the next 3 games are important, but I've reiterated to players throughout the season that our job as a coaching staff and management staff is to look at the long-term objectives. But my priority is, and always is, with the players to concentrate on winning what's in front of us, which is the next game. So whenever we play, win, lose or draw, we review the game as quickly as possible. Look at the good that we've done, look at the bad that we've done, see where we can improve, see what we must maintain, put that to bed as quickly as we can and concentrate on preparing for the next game, and that's what we've done. Saturday's game I knew that has just gone, I knew was going to be very difficult because Waterhouse have drawn 4 games during this season, but those games were games that they lost. I felt in every one of those games they were the dominant team who should have won the game, as opposed to the team that were fortunate to get the draw. So I knew that Waterhouse would be a very difficult game for us. Proved to be for 80 minutes. Very close game. We didn't get as many chances as I hoped we'd get, but again our defence was very solid. But after giving a goal away in the 80th minute, we then chased the game and we had a player sent off, so that was very difficult to come through from that. But as I said, that game has gone now, and all our focus from Tuesday, the latest, has been on preparing for the game on Saturday.
Next question.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we will. I thought there was a question for Chad. All right, so we're going to now ask if there's any questions from the room. No questions from the room. All right, so we will now come to the end, formally, of our press conference. We thank you all for joining us here live, and for those of you that have logged on to our Zoom or joined us on Facebook or YouTube, thank you for being here with us for another Meet the Press. We definitely want to thank Mount Pleasant for traveling in. We hope you had a safe trip in, and of course, to our sponsors, Conserve and Kemtek, thank you for being here, and thank you for going above and beyond. We hope that we will see you again for next season. Thank you for being great sponsors. We're now going to have the presentation was technically done, so we'll just have a formal meet and greet and shake with the teams at the front of the room. Thank you.